Well, I'm just on a nice ride in the country. Some of you may know that I've been staying with my mother-in-law Ruth while she's been recovering from her broken arm from a fall, and she is recovering nicely. And staying with what we call Grandmother Ruth because of our children has been quite an experience. I've been doing some baking and really all kinds of interesting things. Looks like the neighbors have got some corn or had some corn going. The other day I made some pinto beans. I put them in the crock pot, and 3 or 4 hours later I went to Ruth and said, "Hey, we've got pinto beans." And she said, "Well, is there any cornbread?" And I said, "Well, no." And she said, "Well, do you know how to make cornbread?" And me being a man, I said, "Well, of course I do." And so I very quickly and under duress learned how to make cornbread, and it actually turned out pretty good. And then since then, with a little help from my mother-in-law Ruth, I've made a cake from scratch. I've made banana bread a couple of times, and I've made several meals from scratch that I never had really considered before. And I guess I'll be making cornbread from now on. Of course, here in the South, there's all kinds of things you can make out of corn. I'll bet if I think real hard, I can think of every kind of corn I've ever had. Because there's corn on the cob, corn casserole, corn dogs. Oh good, twisties. There's corn chips, cornucopias, corn chowder, popcorn, acorns, and those little tiny corn on the cobs that you get at the salad bar, and unicorns, corn flakes. I had an uncle, he ate so much corn, he had a coronary. Hey, and I had an aunt that ate so much corn, she had to have surgery on her cornea. I guess you could make corn pancakes. Then I guess you'd want some corn syrup. And they make something called corn whiskey. And of course, I've never had any corn whiskey, but it's got to be good if it's made out of corn. There's candy corn, sugar corn pops,